Hello, everybody. Let's see. Oh, we've not broken into the salmon recipe yet. Oh, yes, we did. I guess they are all open. You don't get any. If you all could only see the face that he's giving me. It smells very fishy. Very, very fishy. Let's see. Ingredients: salmon, chicken meal, potatoes, chicken fat, flaxseed, salt, calcium carbonate, and preserved with mixed taco ferrles. No, not tacos, Manuel. And oil of rosemary. Other than the taco ferrles, which I don't know what those are. Maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong. It's TOCO. But pretty darn wholesome. That was great. Tocopherols. There we go. That's vitamin E, used as both a preservative and health benefits. Thank you, Purple Kiv. Yes. I know. You bowling ball with legs. You potato with toothpicks. I see you, Earl. There you go, buddy. You got yours, Ava. You got yours, baby doll. Yeah, you good girl. Hello, Nana Laura. Hello, Linda Applegate. You're foaming at the mouth. Go drink some water. I am. We're getting snow. And I had to take the recyclables to the road tonight. I had to take the garbage last night, and tonight I had to take the recyclables and then bring the garbage can back with a little bit of snow inside of it. It feels like -2, but technically 14 degrees. I'm surprised you guys can't see the snow. Usually it's all bright white outside the window when it's snowing. Sorry. I said probably. Hello, Jerry Matthew Boyd. Hello, Donald Westerdale. Sometimes we just, play with the animals and chit chat about our days. complain about how cold it is, talk about our favorite recipes. Yeah, all that good stuff. Oh, and sometimes we watch Sergeant Sparky. Hello, Mortimer Duke. Oh, did he? Hopefully it's not one of the ones I already have. Well, I don't have her tonight. I very rarely show her. I gotta be in a certain Webster mood. I don't know. Her voice kind of gets to me sometimes. And then like, you know, the whole corruptional practices of Jill, allegedly, of course, in Minecraft. I'm feeling better today than I have been. So, you know, it's a bonus. I did not sleep last night at all though. I went to bed at 6 a.m., 6:30. Not like full sleep. I kind of just napped in and out for the whole day because I wanted to be able to go to sleep when I get done streaming. Like, that's my goal. Get done streaming, hook up to the BiPAP, go to bed tonight. Like, that's gonna happen. I think sleeping for like 3 days straight did a number on my biological clock. Hello, Michelle Moreland, my sweet love. Hello, K-John Boom. Well, put the dunce cap on and stay in your corner then. I love you. Hello, Shane. I'm everybody's gal. Does that make me a whore? Oh, you were talking about Ava. Well, we definitely know she is. I hear she's a real bitch. I know, I love them. They're all very shiny, very, very pretty. I like them. I like them a lot. How do you make April happy? Send her dog treats. Oh, my daughter would get that one. My daughter's big into Pokemon, and she's been talking about the foil cards, and then she sent me a cute text message. I told her, I took screenshots of everybody saying hi to Riley. I told her you guys got a kick out of it. She sent me this on Monday. Mama, if you ever have a chance, would you consider this? I love that girl. If I ever have a chance. Sure. Yep. Okay, kiddo, whose birthday just happens to be in February. Hello, the master builder's wife. Iron tacos. Now that's summoning Manuel here. Hello, Iron Mother. Aww. Aren't you just the sweetest? Hello, Purple Kiv. I know I read your comment earlier, but I don't think I waved at you. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Jerry's on the run. Oh, I love her too. She's my baby girl. She cuddles with me at night, and she takes up all of my foot space under my desk. She gives me lots of nose nudges. You guys don't get to see those, but she'll come up and if I've got my elbow hanging off the desk at all, she'll just come up and start going like this at my elbow. Like, hey, Mama, you forgot about me. Give me love. Hello, Lizette, my love. Hello, Spider-Man. I love you. Hello, Patrick B. Earl was back there for ya. I don't know where he went. Oh, he's sitting just outside of the door. He'll be back. He'll come visit you and say hi. Won't you, Earl? Meow. He's cleaning himself. He cannot be bothered with such things. I did say hello to you, silly butt, but I'll do it again. Hello, Jerry Matthew Boyd. Oh, thank you. I never got around to going and picking out a flavor. I'm sorry. But that's mostly because I'm so indecisive I couldn't figure out which one I wanted. I go out walking after midnight. I'm probably doing that one wrong. For me, it's more like oh, I can't remember it now. I had it. I was crossing that Walking After Midnight song with it in my head. Something on the Sun, Blister on the Sun. Yeah, that's the one that was going through my head, and now I can't even hear it anymore. Which is fine, because I don't need it stuck in my head. Hello, Charlie. How's my brother doing? I love when I'm so far behind on comments that I have no idea what you're exclaiming to. But I'm assuming, considering Donald Westerdale said something about biological clock. And I remember I mentioned my biological clock was off because I didn't sleep because I only slept for 3 days. And now I didn't sleep at all for 1 day. I'm assuming that's what you're talking about, but I could be wrong. There is no excuse. Hello, Ava speaks. Hello, C-Rex, my love. Exactly. 100%. That's a big old 100. Those are Ava treats. The salmon ones smell very fishy, and by the ingredients list, I bet the cats could have them. Other than I'd have to check on the rosemary oil. That's the only questionable item in them as far as cats go, because I don't know if that's okay for cats or not. Oh, wow! I'm getting close to the end. I want my Charlie back. Charlie L. Bay can go fly a kite. Oh, that's why. That's what it is. I go out walking, I strut my stuff, and I'm so strung out. My eyes cut, and I just might stop to check you out. Yeah, that one. My nose is all stuffed, if you guys can't tell. Thank you. See, I don't even need to Google it. I had a feeling that would be questionable. I know the health bars, Earl loves them, but I can't let him have them because they've got cinnamon, and cinnamon is toxic to cats. I will have to wait. That's contradictory. Okay, now we must Google. To the Google machine. Is rosemary oil safe for cats? Da da da. Do 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 do. No, rosemary oil is generally not safe for cats and should be avoided, as its concentrated compounds like camphor are toxic if ingested, inhaled, or absorbed through skin, potentially causing liver damage, respiratory issues, seizures, or even death. While the herb itself might be okay in tiny amounts, the concentrated oil is dangerous due to a cat's inability to process these chemicals. So always consult with the vet before using any essential. I'm not talking the essential oil. Rosemary oil is generally considered unsafe and potentially toxic for cats, causing issues like lethargy, vomiting, or even seizures. But rosemary extract used in small amounts as a food preservative in treats like blue buffalo is often deemed safe because it's highly diluted and regulated, though individual cats can have sensitivities. Okay. So that's where the yes and no comes in. Would it be okay if they got a hold of it? Probably. Do I want to give them the dog treats on the regular? No. That's why we Google machine things. I don't know these people. Well, it did say that if it's heavily diluted and used like in the capacity of being a preservative. No, I'm not getting treats out specifically. All right, so here we have Frisky's Party Mix. Okay, there's ingredients. Chicken meal, brewer's rice, chicken byproduct meal, animal fat preserved with mixed tocopherols, pea starch, barley, corn, gluten meal, animal liver flavor, brewer's dried yeast, natural and artificial flavors, cassava root flour, turkey byproduct meal, phosphoric acid, calcium carbonate, potassium chloride, salt, choline chloride, minerals, zinc sulfate, ferrous sulfate, manganese sulfate, copper sulfate, calcium iodate, sodium selenite, taurine, and then it goes into a bunch of vitamins. No rosemary in this. So Purina Friskies Party Mix has no rosemary. Shrimpy shrimp flavor, Temptations treats. Chicken byproduct meal, ground corn, animal fat with mixed tocopherols, wheat flour, brewer's rice, dried meat byproducts, natural flavors, brewer's dried yeast, potassium chloride, blah, 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 blah. Dried cheese, niacin, rosemary extract, very last ingredient. And these licky treats, I'm not going to read them all. I'm just going to find the ingredients. These do not have. It's got salmon oil, guar gum, modified tapioca. This does not have rosemary oil. So the only one that does is Shrimpy Shrimp. Well, that was a fun little experiment, guys. Thanks for going on that ride with me. Well, we just proved that wrong. Hey, man, I got 4 jugs of it for them to eat first. As long as it's in small amounts, and I'm sure they took into account that, how much they needed to dilute it. But I wonder if the lickable Temptations has it. Now I'm going to go on a quest and see if Temptations puts it in all of their treats, because now I'm really... Well, it says rosemary oil though on all the treats. Well, okay, on the Temptations treats and on the dog treats. So, hello, she's a maker. I actually was, because I was trying to click on Patrick, but it jumped. I was going to say Earl's calling to you. Oh, you're going to make me get it out and read it again, aren't you? Aren't you? It does say rosemary extract. This says oil of rosemary for the dog treats. Rosemary extract for the cat treats. Thank you. I heard the one word. I said the one word and then my brain shut off. See? Glad somebody is. Thank you. Now we know the difference. Now we've got it. We've got it figured it out. Patrick says, hey, Earl. All right, guys. I gotta go turn my heat down. I am roasting. I turned it up to like 75 because it was really, really, really cold. And now I'm like dying. So let's put on some craziness.
Ms. Milne, who's seated next to you up there?
Your Honor, this is Mr. Philip Wilson. He's number 35 on the calendar, and I believe Attorney Rowe should be on the Zoom call.
So it was a warrant issued on a pretrial services violation?
Yes, Your Honor.
So looks like based on Scram, a violation. So Mr. Wilson, I'm gonna hear from the state. And then after that, I'll hear from Ms. Rowe as to where we go from here.
State would be asking for revocation of the conditions of release and imposing $5,000 bail.
Does he have any priors? I only see, do you have anything out of state priors? I see this is the only case. It's a high BAC, which is probably why Scram was ordered.
I don't believe so, Your Honor. I don't believe Mr. Wilson has any priors, and we definitely want to address the court.
Yeah, you will. I just wanted, if she answers my question,
My computer's being a little slow. Just a second.
I'll give you that chance.
I don't see any priors.
Go ahead, Ms. Rowe.
Your Honor, Mr. Wilson is before the court to address basically 3 violations. Mr. Wilson has been in constant contact with me, and it was his decision to turn himself in on this warrant so that these violations can be addressed. Your Honor, I'm not sure if the court remembers, but we were in front of this court back on January 9th. At that time, I was having a hard time remembering exactly the details as to violations of the Scram bracelet where they are indicating alcohol was detected and confirmed. I was having a hard time at that hearing, really going through the details with the court. But the
I don't
conclusion,
think, I want to stop you for a second for what it's worth. That was, on here it says January 2nd, and it was not me, but so I definitely don't remember it. So keep going.
okay, okay, my dates might be wrong.
It was Commissioner, no, but I don't. I was, the only time I've been on this case was back in October,
Okay, Your Honor.
and
Or
that was
whatever.
Commissioner Stillwell.
I believe it was Commissioner Stillwell. You've jogged my memory.
And anyway,
Anyway, the
continue on.
conclusion on that day was that the scram bracelet has been Mr. Wilson's position is that this scram bracelet has been extremely poorly maintained, because he has maintained his innocence and his sobriety throughout this. On that day, Mr. Wilson was able to go to friendship diversion after court, and they actually allowed him to change his scram bracelet. On that day, one violation was already addressed, and that was the violation of the alleged alcohol consumption on December 9th, I believe it was. So Commissioner Stillwell noted the violation. We told him that he was going to get a new scram bracelet, and he admonished the client and told the client to continue his sobriety forward. About a week or a week and a half ago, Mr. Wilson called from right after friendship meeting with them, very stressed because once again, he had gotten a ding for alcohol consumption. And I believe this was for the dates of January 9th. During that conversation, we actually called Mr. Jackson together that day. And we had a 1-hour conversation with Mr. Jackson. Because of that, I'm able to kind of document a little better what I had tried to explain in December. Mr. Wilson started in the end of October on the scram bracelet. In the month of November, Mr. Wilson's bracelet went off on the 2nd, the 4th, the 6th, the 7th, the 12th, the 14th, the 15th, the 20th, the 23rd, the 26th, and the 27th. In December, the bracelet went off. Out of all of those, let me back up. All those in November, the only issue is one UA that came back positive.
They are talking about the man in gray next to the defense attorney in the gray room.
Or it was a UA, excuse me, that he gave that came back positive last November for oxazepam and nordiazepam. Mr. Wilson indicates he's never taken those medications. He has no idea what's going on. Back to the scram violations. Mr. Jackson was able to explain that although his bracelet dinged him or basically vibrated those many dates in November, that when he looked further, they were not confirmed consumptions. Rather than going through all the dates in December and the dates so far in January, Your Honor, the bottom line is Mr. Wilson has sworn to me up and down he has not consumed any drugs or alcohol since the inception of this case. He has no idea what is going on with his scram bracelet. Every time he violates, it happens. The two confirmed consumptions seem to always happen on the weekend. Because of that, he is not able to even find out about them for either the following Monday or in some cases Tuesday according to Mr. Jackson, depending on how many people he had to talk with on Monday. And by that time, Mr. Wilson is like, I'm coming down right now to take a UA, but he's already been violated. So Mr. Wilson is just before the court, Your Honor, flabbergasted. He's not understanding what's going on. He's in constant contact with me, and he turned himself in on this. He understands how this looks. He even indicated that he was going to look to see if there was some agency that could do a scram that he might privately pay for outside of the ones that are given through friendship at pretrial services, because he and this scram bracelet are not friends. That's just the bottom line. So we understand the state's recommendation for $5,000 bail. I'm not sure if Mr. Wilson will be able to post that. He's going to see about that. He actually had an interview to get a good job this week, but he turned himself in because he knows that he has to address this UA from back in November, which would have happened before the December confirmed violation. The December violation has already been addressed, but he is before the court now with the November UA and the January 9th violation. And that's where we are today, Your Honor.
Your Honor,
Yes.
just to respond to that, we don't even have a record of all the times in November that Ms. Rowe mentioned. The only two incidents that pretrial service reported to us are the ones where the scram bracelet actually pinged positive and where they reported it as a true violation. It was one in December where it was on the 9th, which I think Ms. Rowe mentioned. It was one in January, which I think was about the same time of the month. It was like the 9th or 8th or 9th as well. And then there was a time where the olazepam or something along those lines popped positive also. Had there been a single violation, I think we could say maybe it could potentially be an error in the system, but now we have 3 separate times that this gentleman has violated the conditions of his release. I don't think this is the state making this up. I don't think this is a problem with the monitor. We have these monitors on many other defendants, and we don't have continuous issues like this. I would suggest that perhaps there were drinking incidences involved and that his conditions need to be revoked.
Perhaps. Allegedly, of course, in Minecraft.
When's the next court date in this case there, Ms. Rowe?
February 20th, I believe. Yes, Your Honor. February 20th at 9:30, and that's confirmation.
If I'm right, the BAC reading in this case was a 0.26.
I believe so, Your Honor. I do know that it was rather high.
That's why he has scram on.
Absolutely. Additionally, Your Honor, and I do not have any argument to Ms. Pritikin's position. I absolutely understand her position. Mr. Wilson and I have gone through every scenario, and he is just before the court wanting his position to be known.
Did you go through the scenario that he was actually consuming alcohol? Was that a consideration?
I can also let the court know that at the last hearing, Mr. Wilson also submitted a declaration of non-driving. His license went into suspension effect. I believe it was January 2nd. If I'm right, we've spoken so many times, Your Honor. And Mr. Wilson assured the court that he would not get behind the wheel of a car until he is licensed, insured, and has an ignition interlock. That is the reason why he did provide at the last hearing a declaration of non-driving.
Oh, good. He signed a piece of paper. Yeah. I bet he also promised not to drink.
But he's still before the court with these 3 violations and is addressing them today.
again, we've had Scram for a number of years now, and just what you're describing in terms of, with the multiple violations for alcohol and, I hear all kinds of things. I was working with paint, I was working with a paint thinner for perfume, had some NyQuil.
And Your Honor, I don't mean, I'm hoping that I didn't rephrase it in the wrong way. All of those dates were vibrations of the bracelet.
No, I'm not.
So I
He's got a
didn't-
positive drinking event in,
Right.
yeah, no, I'm not even talking about the vibrations or something like that.
Okay. Just making sure.
I mean, to me, that's neither here nor there. What is important is, confirmed according to the thing, alcohol consumption for someone who's had a BAC at a 0.26. And, he's here on the 2nd, and then there's another positive on the 9th and 10th. And, he's either the unluckiest person alive or he's been consuming alcohol. There's really, those are the only two scenarios as far as I can tell. And so I am going to set bail in the amount of 5,000 cash or bond if that's posted. He's not to have any criminal law violations. Don't drive without license or insurance. Don't consume any alcohol or have any controlled substances. Don't refuse a breath test. Stay out of all bars and taverns. Any car he drives needs to be equipped with an ignition interlock device. And you're still going to have to be referred to pretrial services. You're going to have to get another Scram, and also UAs. You go in and UAs as directed. I heard an offer of UAs. I don't hear that any. So you're going to have to get UAs upon request. Ms. Rowe, if you don't think he can make that, if this case might be able to be resolved, given the facts as I understand them, I can set this on for a pretrial as soon as the Friday in custody calendar, the day after tomorrow. If you talk with him and talk to the state, see if you can get some sort of resolution on this thing.
Your Honor, that was going to be our second request. So if the court could hard set that for Friday afternoon,
I will.
Then this case will likely be resolving unless Mr. Wilson decides to post bail or can post bail. He's not employed at this current time. So.
If he does, but sometimes friends surface who can post bail. If he does post bail, he still needs to be in court. He can come by in person or in Zoom, and he'll need to be present on Friday at 1:30.
He's prepared to do that, Your Honor. We already discussed that. Thank you.
That's it for today. There, you can be taken back.
Thank you, Your Honor.
What's your name up at Nisqually? You, sir, in the orange shirt and the beard?
I'm Brian Hahn.
Are those all Lacey cases? They are.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Forgive me, but I absolutely love Brian Hahn.
Ms. Ganem, did you get a chance to speak with Mr. Hahn?
Yes, Your Honor. And I believe the parties have reached a resolution to deal with all of these matters, including the matters on for arraignment, which may not go forward. And I'll defer to the city.
Well, Your Honor,
So could you say that again, please?
Parties have reached a resolution to deal with all these matters, to include the arraignment, but the arraignment is likely to not go forward.
Okay.
So I guess procedurally, Your Honor, first the city will do an oral motion to revoke on the five cases that Mr. Hahn is on probation for based on a new law violation. So cases
But
ending.
he has two arraignments here, is that correct?
Right, but if the deal is if he admits the violations in the probation conduct, he'll get 10 days jail as a sanction to run consecutive on those 5 cases.
So for a total of 50 days?
Correct, and then Lacey will agree to dismiss the 2 new cases.
How much is suspended on each one of these?
And then he will continue to have probation time suspended on all
Okay.
5 of those. So in the first one, 5058, right now, he has 89 days remaining. In the case ending in 1984,
So
he has.
hang on just a second. So Ms. Ganem, is this an agreed recommendation?
It is, Your Honor.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is So again, I guess we'll just back up here a little bit. Mr. Hahn, you're here on two charges, two new counts of criminal trespass. You have 5 previous counts also of criminal trespass. State's agreeing just basically to dismiss those 2 new counts in exchange for a total sanction of 50 days on the older criminal trespass. Do you understand all this?
I do.
And this is something you wish to have happen here today? You wish to do this?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Well, I can think of a number of reasons why not, but it's up to you
Well,
as to.
It's, just get it done.
Okay. So anything further from the city then?
No, Your Honor, the court could either fashion it as 10 days.
What's going to happen is just in an ease of, and frankly, to give the clerk a break and frankly me, is I'm going to go along with the recommendation, but on the case ending in 058, I'll reimpose 89 days, now suspend 39 and do all 50 days on one cause number. That's just the ease of administration and all of that.
Understood.
So the sanction will be the same. It's just, that's the way it's going to be written up. Anything further from the city?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Ganem?
Your Honor, it is a joint recommendation. It's been discussed between the parties and Mr. Hahn. Mr. Hahn does agree to proceed this way, so we'd ask the court to follow the recommendation.
Mr. Hahn, anything you'd like to say at this time?
No, sir.
How many days you been in there, Mr. Hahn? Did you just get picked up yesterday?
Yes.
So you got credit for 1 day served. So, given what's been worked out on the parties on the case ending in 5058, I'll reimpose 89 days in jail, suspend 39, give you credit for 1 day served. You have 49 left to do. And all prior conditions remain. And that'll start now. Other cases will just be released on all of those with all prior, including all suspended time. The 2 new cases will be dismissed. So Mr. Hahn, I'll come back to you. You were a little bit, I'm not sure what a little bit cavalier, I guess, in your attitude, but I gotta believe this isn't fun for you. How are you gonna break out of this cycle?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just a homeless old bum.
Well, I guess about the only thing I can say to that is, you're not that old. You and I are about the same age, so you're not that old. But hopefully you can live your life in a way that doesn't get you brought back to jail from time to time.
Yeah.
Good luck going forward.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Give me a minute. It's going to take me a few minutes to complete these forms.
Do you see why I love him? I'm just a homeless old bum. He's just got his life figured out. He knows exactly what he wants out of it, and that ain't a whole hell of a lot.
You can be taken back, Mr. Hahn.
Very good. Have a good day.
You too.
Buckle up, guys.
Ms. Squally, what's your name? You're muted, so you need to unmute or get someone to unmute for you.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm Alethea Folk.
All right, hang on just a minute.
Your Honor, I'll need an opportunity to speak with Ms. Folk.
Okay, you're going to go into a breakout room with an attorney. It looks like she has some Lacey cases there also.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And then Ms. Milne, who's seated next to you?
Your Honor, this is Mr. Less. He's number 19 on the calendar. I believe Attorney Stashevsky would need to be available to address his matter. So I do have one other matter that I can call in the interim if Attorney Stashevsky needs to step out for a breakout room.
We're gonna take this one right now, and then you can move on to your next one.
Your Honor, I do believe this will be quick. I believe the state, if I'm not mistaken, is joining in my motion to quash the warrant in Mr. Less's matter.
Okay,
That's correct.
and then is he being held on other stuff up there?
He's not, Your Honor.
Okay, so be released,
Yes.
and then when's his next court date?
The next date, Your Honor, is February 11th.
Okay. Ms. Pritikin?
I'm catching up on this. We did agree to quash the warrant and
What time on February 11th?
Your Honor, I'm seeing, apologize, 10 a.m.
And that's on for confirmation. Ms. Pritikin, anything further from the city?
nothing further.
Okay, so Mr. Less, you're gonna be released. Warrant's been taken care of. Your next court date is February 11th at 10 a.m. Have you been getting text reminders of court dates?
I will be going into the office to talk to the lawyer to get actual documentation so I can have it dialed down.
Okay. So have you been getting text reminders is my question.
Do you want me to get?
I just know, Your Honor, that he's been in custody since the arraignment.
Okay.
20-something
Your Honor,
days, so.
My understanding from Mr. Less is that he does not currently have a phone, that he's going to get a
Okay.
phone as soon as he leaves custody and give the number
And if,
to Attorney
and if he
Stashevsky.
meets with Mr. Stashevsky, you can provide the phone number.
Yes, Your Honor.
You should get released here later today.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You can go speak with Ms. Volk. Ms. Milne, you said you have one you could address?
Yes, Your Honor. I can address Mr. Taylor Martello. He's number 2 on the calendar, and I believe he's present in the courtroom.
Actually, number 22.
Oh, my mistake. Did I say number 2? I
Yeah, and is
apologize.
this on for a change of plea? You can be
It
seated.
is, Your Honor, yes.
You can be seated.
Oh, I can be seated?
Yes.
Oh.
No, right on that
Oh,
chair
okay.
you're holding on
Okay.
to. So it looks like you're here on several counts of violation of a no contact order. I'm
Yes, sir.
looking on a statement of defendant on a plea of guilty, which tells me you're pleading guilty to 2 of those counts. Is that your understanding of what's happening?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand when you plead guilty, you give up all the rights contained in paragraph 5 of your plea form?
Yes, sir.
Maximum you can receive for this, each one of these is 364 days in jail and a $5,000 fine. State's just asking for findings of guilty and then closing the case. Is that your understanding of what's happening?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand I'm not required to follow that recommendation?
100%.
Anybody make any threats or promises other than what's contained in the plea recommendation to get you to plead guilty?
Negative, sir.
Paragraph 11 of your plea form says, on or about September 30th of 2024 in Thurston County, there was a valid no contact order between you and Ms. Willis. You called her over the phone in violation of the order. You called on again on or about October 1st. So these are all phone calls?
Yes, from the Squally Jail.
Okay. I'll accept your plea. Please enter findings of guilty on both cases, enter findings counts, enter findings that the pleas were made knowingly and voluntarily. We'll proceed with sentencing. Ms. Pritikin, I'll hear from the state.
The state would just ask you to go by the agreed recommendation of the parties.
Looks like there hasn't been any issues since 2024. Ms. Milne?
Your Honor, we would also ask that you follow the agreed upon recommendation contained in the plea agreement. Mr. Martello has been in substance use treatment for the last couple of months, and he's also been participating in a substance use program that also teaches him life skills. They're assisting him with securing job interviews and some other things. So being able to put this behind him would allow Mr. Martello to continue with that program.
Anything you'd like to say at this time?
No, Your Honor.
Yeah,
There's still a no contact order in place? There is.
Yeah.
So, okay. So you need to continue to comply with that no contact order. I don't see any issues since 2024. Do you have an open case in Cowlitz District? Are you aware of that?
Yeah, I had court today on it. and there's a-
Today?
Yeah, at 9.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you had it already?
Yeah. I had it
Okay, all
already.
right. Just gonna say you better hurry because it's gonna be a long ways down there. Can you appear by Zoom down there? Or did you have to
Yeah,
drive?
by
Okay,
Zoom,
all
yeah.
right. So it'll be two counts of findings of guilty, and then that'll be it. The case will be closed out.
Okay.
Good luck. I'm glad there hasn't been any trouble since.
Yeah, thank
Don't
you.
sit tight there for a second. We'll print a
Okay.
copy of the judgment and sentence. Once you get that, you're free to go.
All right.
Hi, Your Honor.
Hi.
We're back. I think he's coming back.
So Mr. Shashevsky, so Ms. Folks here, and then is Ms. Ganem on the? Yeah, Ms. Ganem, I
I'm
think we're
here.
gonna need you on this also, because she has a bunch of Lacey cases.
What she needed was a daddy to whoop her behind. That's what she needed. At least it's a nice day.
So Mr. Stashevsky,
Yes, Your Honor, I just filed with the court a 1077 request in this matter. I have some concerns about the competency prongs not being present, Your Honor.
did you explain all that to Ms. Falk?
I did not describe the particulars of that motion, Your Honor.
Give me a moment. Oh, there we go.
This is excellent business. Why, it hasn't explained to me. What hasn't he explained, Honor?
Okay, give me just a minute, ma'am.
Yes, no problem.
Looks like there was a recent dismissal in Lacey. So what I've been handed, ma'am, is an order that requires you to be evaluated with Western State Hospital to see if you're able to, understand all this and help your defense attorney in the defense of your case. And that's what this is about. But it looks like you might have had one of these fairly recently in the city of Olympia.
Yes, Your Honor, I have.
Okay, so ma'am, just let me talk for a minute. If I have any questions, I'll ask for you. And so you were found not competent on September 2nd of 2025 by the city of Olympia. And then that's happened on Lacey a time or two also, it looks like to me.
Yeah.
And there was another, you were charged on September 21st of 2025. But then there's some subsequent charges.
Your Honor, Lacey's most recent note indicates she was found competent on October 23rd.
Right, but I mean, like a month later.
Correct.
So was that where she was just picked up in custody, pleaded guilty the next day and was done with it?
Couldn't say. I wasn't here then, Your
Kind
Honor.
of looks
The
that way
notes
to
don't
me,
indicate.
but which one?
Your Honor, I was locked up for a year at Western State Hospital. And then I actually served a bunch of time in here recently on DOC. I did 25 days straight and then 27 days straight, back to back.
So,
And as I do understand, these are both gross misdemeanors.
yeah, ma'am, I just need you to be quiet for a minute, okay? So can I
What's
talk
that?
with the attorneys here? Said, can I talk with the attorneys in court?
Yes, sir. Yes, you may. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. So, what's the diversion option? Give,
Oh my gosh, 1077 girl just gave the judge permission to talk to the attorneys. That just happened.
given the recent finding and recent evaluation, has that been, where are we at on that?
Your Honor, the basis of my motion was just but I guess a couple things. My interaction with my client, as well
I
as,
think it's possible you're missing my point.
I think that is.
And that
possible.
is, I mean, what are we doing here? When just a couple of months ago, it was a finding of not competent, and then we're doing this again. And then, and I know that, again, the details of that diversion option kind of escape me right now, but I'm wondering if, and again, this is kind of just thrown out to everybody. But if nobody has a response, then what's going to happen, Ms. Folk, is I'm going to sign the order, the 1077 order.
Could it be that she is competent when she's on medication, but she frequently decides not to take it? That's a possibility as to why she's doing the competency roller coaster. I really liked that term.
Then we're going to talk about whether or not you're going to be held or not. And then we'll probably reset a court date here in about a week or two.
Thank you.
Any response to what I was saying, or do we just, or are you familiar with well, so here's what's going to happen today, ma'am. You know, he made the motion for
I showed up.
a competency evaluation. I'm going to sign off on that. Are you stipulating a probable cause to the theft?
I would, and I believe probable cause was previously established.
Probable cause was previously set. Bail's been set too, hasn't it? Yeah, Buckley set bail in the amount of 5,000 cash or bond.
And that's the most recent.
Ben, what's
And-
your name here?
I'm sorry?
I was just me in the toilet or getting really close.
And we'll set, bail's been set. We'll just set a competency hearing a week from today. And that'll be it here for today, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a great day.
The other Lacey cases will just track along with it. Say it again. I'll appoint Thurston County Public Defense to represent her also.
Thank you.
I don't know that any bail's set in the Lacey cases. But I think it's kind of, we'll back those up to so everything will be here on the same day.
Or should be PR'd on Lisa's cases.
I did all that without talking to you, Ms. Ganem, but she's going to be PR'd in the Lacey cases, but they'll just be backed up to the Tumwater case.
Okay, understood.
Lisa Johnson,
Yeah, I'm here.
so this is failed to appear. Was this set for a change of plea?
Not, I don't believe this was the matter that had a change of plea. I believe that was a different matter. Did see another 230 bid.
Oh, she.
Was this your attorney? This was your case. So she wasn't present on December 15th. It would have been.
Right.
So
December
this is one of those.
15th was the co-custodian.
Right. Because it was a set for trial and then, so ma'am, how come you missed court?
I just started a new job. I really no excuse. It just slipped my mind. But I also had a appointment set up with my attorney, Josh Pezderka, and we were never able to meet. He didn't call me that day. And then at some point he had left me a voicemail saying that he was sorry that he missed his appointment. So I still have not yet to meet with him either.
All right. Well, it's going to be a different attorney. We're going to take care of the warrant. We're going to reset pre-trial. Ms. Pritikin.
Just, the state would be okay with just resetting her on the calendar.
I'm going to tell you when your next court date is.
Okay.
February what, 25th?
February 25th at 9 a.m. Had you been getting text reminders?
Yes.
Okay, so you're probably gonna have a different attorney because I think Mr. Pazderka was transferred to a different division of the public defense. So I'd wait about a week, contact that office, find out who your new attorney is gonna be and speak with whoever that is.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. You may go.
Awesome. Have a good day.
You too.
City would call Mr. Adeyemi. Mr. Adeyemi is charged with 3 counts. The first count is improper use of a dealer tag. Count 2 is driving with no insurance, and count 3 is failure to sign citations. Counts 2 and 3 will be null crossed by the city. He provided proof of insurance, and then the failure to sign a citation, just based on my reading of the statute, it's not a violation, more so a guidance as to what happens when you don't sign a citation. So city would only be proceeding forward on the improper use of a dealer tag. The city has 1 witness to call, and Mr. Adeyemi has joined the issue.
Okay.
Okay. Date.
Wait a second to fill out my form. You said you're only proceeding on 1 charge,
Yes.
which is improper use of a dealer tag, 40-2-38.
38.
38.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
The issue has been joined. Mr. Adewumi,
Yes, Your Honor.
you've joined your issue today, so you understand you're moving forward representing yourself as your own attorney in this case. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, you have read the appearance arraignment waiver of rights form, your affidavit prior to enter due to be form, and your waiver to be represented by attorney form. And at this point in time, you're entering your own representation freely and voluntarily, intelligently and knowingly. Is that right?
Intelligent and knowing. Can you say that again?
Yeah, you're representing yourself of your own free will. This is
Yeah.
what you want to do.
Yeah.
So you're doing it freely and voluntarily.
Yeah.
And intelligently, you know the decision you're making.
Yeah.
All right. Now, you understand, I've already spoken to you and some other folks about the dangers of representing yourself. You're aware of that, right?
I do.
And you still want to go forward and represent yourself. Is that correct?
On this one, yes, I will.
And you understand that the law cannot favor you if you're unaware of it. You understand that?
I understand.
Okay. I'm sorry to be repetitive, but I have to make a record of this.
Understand.
I'm gonna find your code section here. Looks like she's only going on 1 charge. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
40-2-38 is what she's proceeding on. It's a citation for the formal title of that is registration and license of manufacturers, distributors, dealers, and transporters of vehicles, revocation of plates, lost plates, expiration of plates, rules and regulations. That's the title of 40-2-38 under OCGA, the Georgia Code Book. You're aware of that?
Can I read that?
Can
Can
you
I
read
pull
it?
that up? What you just read, can I pull it up so I can read it? Cause you were speaking fast. I just want
Oh,
to read
code
it
section?
and be able to assimilate what you said.
You can do better than that. I'll give you my code book.
Okay.
You can just leave this, I don't know if we can get a copy of that, 40-2-38. Okay. All right, we'll make you a copy of the code section.
Thank you, sir.
This is a thick book, but it has everything in it. All right, you're ready to proceed?
Yes, sir.
City's ready to proceed? Upon getting a copy of the, okay. It's easy, 10-10.
10. All right, but then I'm ready.
All right.
You can have a seat here at this table. City will waive an opening statement.
All right. Sir, you have an opportunity to give this court an opening statement. She's waiving hers. She's not going to do an opening. Opening is your opportunity to tell the court what you expect the facts to show. Do you have any opening? You don't have to do one, but if you'd like to, I'd hear from you. What's your preference?
And I have reasonable explanation, and I was working within the code, the contract.
Okay, so you come up to the podium. And now tell me what you expect the facts to show.
I mean, based on the incident at the very night, which is 10th of October.
Right.
I was charged with 3 counts. I mean, 3 citations.
2 of them are irrelevant now.
Relevant.
Okay.
Yeah, the relevance actually boils down to the one that is currently relevant,
Okay.
but with a cogent explanation.
Yeah.
So the one holding right now is the improper use of dealer tag.
Correct.
And I was pulled over around 8 p.m. or a little bit over 8 p.m. And as at that time I was pulled over, I was still exercising the rights that guys my business as a dealership business owner at the time. So the time improper use of dealer tag, I do not think that I was not doing it improperly because I was still doing my business as of that time that I was pulled over.
All right.
For improper use of dealer tag.
Okay.
And from my understanding of improper use of dealer tag, I'm not trying to teach anybody their job, but just the exposure that I do have. My business is an LLC, and it is very understandable as an LLC. I'm not a government parastatal or that has a time that they have to resume and close work. But as at that time, I was still officially doing my business at that time.
So the facts, from your perspective, the facts will show that when you were given the citation, you were actually conducting business.
Conducting business,
Okay.
yes, business.
All right. Is there anything else I need to know?
No, sir.
Okay, you can have a seat again.
Thank you.
And the city, you call your first witness?
Yes.
It's a big code section, isn't it? The thick one. Oh, so you have to do them one at a time?
Officer Booth, if you raise your right hand, do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to present for the court in this matter shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Sure.
And if you'll state your full name and your badge ID,
Ethan Booth, badge number 264
and how are you currently employed?
with the City County Police Department.
And how long have you been employed with the city?
About a year and 4 months.
Okay, and are you post-certified?
I am.
Were you employed with the city of Covington on October 10th of 2025?
I was.
And what was your role that day?
Patrol.
Okay, and how did you become involved in the incident we're here about?
Initiated a traffic stop on a Toyota Camry that had the driver's side brake light out.
Okay. So that was the reason for the stop?
That's correct.
And where did you initiate the traffic stop?
Alcovey Road, Industrial Drive.
And is that within the city of Covington and the state?
It is.
Okay. And then once the, you conducted a traffic stop, did you approach the vehicle or the driver of the vehicle?
Yes.
Okay, and what happened when you approached the driver of the vehicle?
Informed him on the reason for the traffic stop. Noticed that there was a dealer tag on the vehicle. Asked for documentation for the vehicle, who the vehicle is owned by, things of that nature.
Okay, and what other investigation did you do with reference to the tag?
I ran the tag, came back to a dealership or an auto body, and then ran the VIN number that was associated with the vehicle, and then returned with the suspended registration and no insurance.
And in reference to the dealer tag, did you speak to the driver of the vehicle about what the dealer tag was on?
What do you mean?
When you ran the dealer tag, did you speak to the driver about the results of your running it through the
Yes.
system?
Yes.
Okay, and what communication did you have with him about that?
I asked where he was going at that time of night, having a dealer tag on it.
Okay, and approximately what time of night?
I'd say anywhere between 8:45, 9:15, somewhere around that time frame.
Okay, and do you recall his response?
He said he was going to see a client.
To see a client?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you inquire further about what he was doing?
Yeah, I asked what he was going to see a client for at that time of night it was a Friday night. And he said that he was going to see a client. I can't remember for the exact reasoning that he was going, but pretty much left it that he was seeing a client.
Okay. Is the driver of the vehicle present in the courtroom today?
Yes.
Okay. Can you identify him by item of clothing where you're seated?
He's seated behind me at this table wearing a maroon shirt, long sleeve shirt.
Let the record reflect the witness has identified the defendant.
So reflects.
So when he advised you that he was going to do, to see a client, were you able to make any other observations about the vehicle?
Yeah, so the vehicle had a child car seat in the back along with trash and food items, like it is a daily driver, not like it's a vehicle that's available for purchase at that time.
Okay. And did you inquire any further once you were able to make those observations to Mr. Otto? I'm sorry.
Just same basis of what kind of client he was going to see and what the purpose was for. Due to the time of night and the condition of the vehicle at the time of the stop.
Okay, and you said you don't recall what type of client he.
That's correct. Yeah, I don't
Never.
remember.
All right. Did he make any other additional statements to you regarding the vehicle?
He said it was, he gave me a piece of paper for a court petition that was dated in March of 2025, but stated it was owned by the dealership, but couldn't provide any owners or any paperwork proving ownership from the dealership.
Okay. And did he make any statements to you that he was the owner of the dealership?
No.
Did he make any statements or provide any documentation that he was an employee or agent of the dealership?
No, he did not.
And then at that time, what did you do?
I checked the Georgia Secretary of State business search, looking up the business name that the tag number or that the tag came back to, and it showed a different male listed as the owner of said business.
And he did not indicate that he was an employee or agent of that.
He said that he was an employee, but couldn't provide any proof of employment.
And then at that time, what did you?
Due to the vehicle having no insurance, I requested a tow truck and proceeded to write him the citations we're here for.
And the citation that we're here about right now, what did you issue a citation?
Improper use of the dealer tag.
No further questions.
Specifically, why was the dealer tag used improperly, in your opinion?
It was, in my opinion, it was outside of the common parameters of business, and with the condition of the vehicle, meaning the child car seat and the trash and food items left in the vehicle, and no further detail as to what kind of client he was going to see. I presume that this vehicle was not in sell ready condition.
And that would be based on your training and experience and knowledge.
That's correct.
Let's talk a little bit about outside the common parameters of business from your perspective. Had he told you, hey, look, we purchased this car, this company purchased the car. Yeah, it's in a crummy condition because we haven't prepared it yet for sale. I'm taking it out to check its mechanical, this, that, the other. Would that then put it into the common parameters of business?
Sure.
Okay.
But he also provided me a petition for ownership of the vehicle.
Yeah.
Didn't list the company name on it or the dealership name on it. It was also signed and dated by a judge in March of 2025.
Okay, so he gave you papers to show that the company he worked for owned it?
No, he said that's what the paperwork was for.
Yeah.
But the company name was nowhere listed on the petition from the court.
What was listed on the petition? Like
It was like a Henry Auto Body Shop or something. I think that was the company name.
Which was
So a different business name other than his business, but he's claiming that they're dealer tags for his business. There's something fishy with them, that's for sure. So this is where the officer is acting on his experience and training, and he has to make a judgment call of, does he buy this guy's BS or not? And if it was a scenario such as the judge described, where he said, hey, we just got this vehicle, it's not sale ready, but we're driving it to the shop, then he'd have been able to articulate that. And he couldn't, or wouldn't, or didn't.
different from the company that he was working for?
That's correct.
So you ran it with Secretary of State and the Henry company came back to somebody else?
No, the company, it was listed with the dealer tag. So a court order to take possession of the vehicle is what he provided me.
Yeah.
Listed with another company name.
Okay.
The dealer tag had a separate company name on it as well.
Okay. And when you ran the VIN, what did that come back to?
It came back to a citizen. It came back to I guess the previous owner. I'm not too certain.
Was that owner on the order of the court to give it to the company?
No, it was not.
So you never saw the owner's name, never came up in the paperwork that you saw?
Correct.
Okay. All right. I have no further questions at this time. Officer, just stand here where the gray table is, back to that. Stand up, sir. Do you have any questions for the officer about that night? Come up to the podium if you do. Ask questions. This is not a time to testify. This is time to ask questions. I was asking him questions. If you have any questions for him, please ask your questions. You don't have to ask any, but if you'd like to, he's available.
No,
No questions?
no, sir.
All right, sir. Have a seat back. Anything else for this officer?
City rest.
All right, that's it. All right, the city's rested their case. Now, at this point in time, you have an option. You can proceed without having to present anything because the burden never shifts from the city. The burden is on the city to prove their case beyond a reasonable doubt. If you prefer, you take a risk. If you are your only witness, I don't know if you have any other witnesses, but if you have other witnesses, you can call them. But if you testify, then you're subject to cross-examination by the attorney. So she can ask, if you talk, then you have to answer questions. You can't say, I'm not going to answer. So this is kind of a dangerous moment in the trial when you represent yourself. And so I have to let you know, if you do, nothing can compel you. I'll say this repeatedly. Nothing can compel you to show anything. You don't have to present anything under the law. The burden never shifts from them. But if you'd like to, then you're subject to cross-examination. What's your preference?
I control.
You'll speak?
Yeah.
All right. Subject to cross-examination. You understand that?
Yeah.
All right. You're still under oath. Go ahead and present your case. Go ahead and speak. What do I need to know?
Okay, like I said, the night that I got pulled over, the officer I think it pulled me over for one of my brake lights out. And when he stepped up to me, he asked for my driver's license, which I gave it to him. And he asked for
insurance, probably.
Yeah, I think he asked for insurance, which I did give to him. And I gave him an expired insurance, which was 2022. And he made me realize that it was expired.
Okay.
So I had to look for the current one. So when I found the current one, I did presented it to him. And he saw it, but still decided my car got to be towed. My car was towed, despite the fact that I approved my insurance. And he asked me where I was going. I told him I was going to see a client. He didn't ask no further question. The next thing he told me was going to see a client in shorts, and I told him, I do not have a dress code to go see a client. And he asked me to get out of the car because he couldn't hear what I was saying. And I told him, for what? Why should I need to get out of the car? I presented what you requested. So I think the supervisor right here on my left showed up and spoke with me, and I did come out of the car to talk to them. And after that, he also saw my insurance, current insurance that night. So I did have insurance. So there was no reason, there was no just cause for them to tow my car, or they still did anyways, because I proved my insurance that night. Although he did ask me, I told him, yeah, I work for the dealership. I'm the manager to the dealership. And the night he stopped me, I didn't have my ID, my dealership ID in the vehicle. And he ran the business on Georgia Secretary of State. He said it's a valid business. And that was it. Still have my car towed.
All right. Anything else?
Not at the moment.
All right. This is kind of the only moment because I can't just keep it open. So I'll give you a second to think about it. If you want to look at your notes, that's fine.
That's basically it.
Okay. All right. Well, then you can think a little bit more while she asks you some questions. Go ahead.
Okay.
You have them on cross.
Just briefly, you say you were a manager of a business?
Yeah.
What's the name of that business?
Okay, the Complete Auto
Okay, and they're in the business of what?
car dealership.
And what does that mean?
You buy and sell used cars.
And how on a, I guess, in a week, how many hours would you say you work a week?
I work more than 80 hours a week.
And on the day in question, you said you were going to see a client. What type of client were you going to see?
A customer.
A customer?
Yeah, that purchased the car previous days before then, before the day of the incident.
That purchased the vehicle
Purchased another vehicle before the day of the incident.
So they had already purchased.
They had
another-
purchased the vehicle. I was going to see them because I had some documents that was returned from DDS that needed to be signed. A point that she needed to sign was omitted. So I was going to see them in Oxford, Georgia.
And does your dealership have a principal business address?
Yeah.
And so your dealership has like a lot with cars?
Yes.
Okay. And the person who you had stated had previously purchased the vehicle, is there a reason why they couldn't come to your dealership to sign those documents?
They had purchased the vehicle before. So I was going there, I'd done the paperwork and all that. Unfortunately, when I sent it into DDS, one of the points that she needed to sign, she missed one of the signatures, which I didn't find out until DDS sent me to send it back to me. So I was adding to her to complete the signature, because I was going to DDS the next Monday. So it's easier for me to just drive down. She's my customer. I can just drive down and hand her the document that she needs to sign where she meets. Because I called her, she knows I was coming. So which was what I was doing. So the first thing on Monday morning, because DDS only open 2 days. On Welcome Road only open 2 days a week for such transaction. And something I have to go there very early in the morning and get back, because I don't want to be tied down. I don't want to use my whole day there.
So you do understand that DDS is closed on Monday?
I know they close on Mondays for such transactions. They're not closed on Mondays. Welcome Road is open.
What road?
Welcome Road
Where is that?
in Atlanta.
Oh.
So they open for some transactions, they're not open for some transactions. Depends on which one you want to do.
So Welcome Road is the Georgia Department of Driver Services?
Yeah.
I can't say that I blame the officer for having questions.
And not all Georgia Department of Services have the same hours, is that what you're saying?
From my understanding, that's Welcome Road that I deal with. I don't know about others. From my understanding, Welcome Road is what I understand.
Do you have your license number?
My driver's license number?
Your dealer license?
Right here now?
Yes.
You're asking for the business license number. Is that what you're asking?
License to sell cars.
May I ask why you're asking that?
No,
You have to answer the question. You can't ask
Okay,
questions.
no problem. I can request for you right now because I don't have it right here. So if it's something I need to present to you, I can present it to you.
You've answered the question. He says he has the.
Do I have it? You said, do I have
The
it?
question is,
do have the number. How do I have it? Yeah.
You know the number that you can identify or say the name.
I don't know it offhand.
I'm sorry.
I can't tell you offhand. I gotta find it.
And so you have like a little license card or some documents that say what your dealer license.
I gotta find it.
I'm just
I
asking.
do. Yeah, everything is on Secretary of State. I can. Yeah.
No further question.
all right. Any other witnesses, sir?
No, sir.
All right. Anything else from the state? Any kind of rebuttal? All right. This is time for closing arguments. You presented evidence, sir, so she can go last. If you can tell me what you think the case has shown. This is not evidence now. This is just argument. Tell me what I need to know. The case is rested on both sides. You have nothing else, right, to present?
I mean, no.
Okay, so the case is over,
I
right?
have my business ID card if she wants to see that. I have my business
You don't have
license.
to worry about her. You have to worry about me. And
Oh,
and the
okay.
evidence is closed.
I'm sorry. I don't
That's
know.
okay.
No, you was asking if it's something I want to
Yeah.
show, right?
Is there anything else that you want to show before the case closes?
No, I don't.
Okay, so now the case is closed for both sides.
Okay.
And she has an opportunity to give me an argument to tell me what I think the facts should see.
Okay.
And you have that same opportunity.
Okay.
I'm guessing you'll waive your opening
Yes, I'll waive it and preserve it.
and she's gonna reserve. So now you tell me if you want to, what did I hear?
What did you hear?
Mhm.
I mean, I believe you had the case and you'll make the best choice because
Okay.
I've proven everything. I'm only here to prove that the improper use of dealer tag was not improper because I was still running business activities and it was still within my business hours.
Okay. The city have anything?
Yes, Your Honor. So OCGA 40-2-38 subsection 3 says nothing in this subsection shall preclude a manufacturer or distributor from using a manufacturer or distributor number plate on motor vehicles it owns when such vehicles are used for evaluation and demonstration purposes. His testimony was today that he was going to see a client about another dealer purchase that happened prior to this. This was not being driven for evaluation and demonstration purposes. It was not being test driven. The only reason that he was driving it is he was going to meet a client for a deal that had already occurred and was not related to anything with this vehicle as far as evaluation or demonstration purposes. And for those reasons, Your Honor, we would ask that he was improperly using the dealer license plate on the date of this incident.
So I've heard the evidence is closed. I've heard the argument as well. And I'm looking at code section 40-2-38 OCGA subsection A, subsection 3, middle A3. That's fine. In the middle of the subsection, nothing in the subsection shall preclude a manufacturer or distributor from using a manufacturer distributor number plate, which is the unrebutted evidence here that he was using an actual manufacturer distributor license plate on motor vehicles it owns. There's a question as to who owns it, but I don't have to address that because the code section goes further to say when it's being used, are used for evaluation or demonstration purposes, notwithstanding incidental personal use by manufacturer distributor. So the unrebutted evidence here, sir, is that you were actually using it, and I can believe everybody here. I believe you're going to a client. I believe you were working. I believe that the vehicle was properly tagged and that it's owned by your business. I believe the testimony of the officer. Believing everything, the code section, and this is what I told you about lawyering, the lawyering that I have to look at says that you can only use it for things that there's no evidence you were using it for. And so based on that, I'm finding you guilty, notwithstanding the evidence.
Can I object that?
Pardon me?
I'm sorry to interrupt. Can I object that because I need to understand?
Sure. I can't tell you how to do that, but there's an appellate process. You can appeal my decision. There's a formal way you can look it up or go to an attorney. You can appeal the decision of the court. The decision has been made, and that's based on the evidence to actually find you guilty of the code section OCDA 40-2-38.
Is it right here so I can view it right now?
It's in subsection 3A, little a, subsection 3. Now, moving forward, I'll say this as well. To me, it's not extraordinary for a car dealer to operate on a Friday night at 9:30 or 9:15 p.m. I've got the folks that have serviced my cars that bring them, even later than that. So it's on its face. I think the officer used the expression a presumption. I like the expression. I wrote it down. Common parameters of business. And he may have been outside the common parameters of business, but that in and of itself doesn't rise to guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. That doesn't even come to close beyond a reasonable doubt. And had the officer asked better questions, I don't think anybody would be here today. And I think there would have been more evidence on one way or the other to resolve this case properly.
I think had the driver been more forthcoming with information and not been as defensive as he was, then none of us would be here today. He didn't want to get out of his vehicle when asked. He didn't want to provide the name of his business. He clearly questioned the officer's intentions and motives, just as he did here today. So I think the guy had a little bit of an unwillingness to cooperate, and that probably made the officer react in a certain way, which isn't always the right thing, but it's a mirror, you get what you give.
Notwithstanding that, I'm looking at the code section, I'm reading the law the way I read it, and you do have a right to appeal that, sir. There's a formal process, but until then, I'll sentence you as follows. What is your recommendation? $175 fine? Sir, do you have any recommendation for your fine?
Okay, you said I cannot expatiate on this.
Sorry?
You said I cannot expatiate on this code right here, but the only thing I can do is appeal it, right?
You can appeal the decision of the court. The decision has been made, right?
I'm
So
sorry.
I'm not listening to argument now. The only thing I'm asking for is, do you have a different recommendation for the fine? She's asking for $175. What's your preference?
I cannot explain shit on this. What? And he said it twice. And the judge just let it go.
Okay. I'm not gonna admit this and I'm not gonna contest it because I just want to move on with it. But like I said, I do not.
That's fine. I understand that you don't agree. I understand that. I respect that as well. And that's why you have, maybe I'm wrong, but if I'm wrong, then you can appeal me. But right now, the only question in front of you is, what do you think is an appropriate fine? Anywhere from $0 to $1,000. She said 175. What's your preference?
If I'm given an offer that it doesn't go on my driving record.
There's no negotiations now. That was what I told you guys when I brought you all three up. After trial, someone's gonna say, could I negotiate it now to have?
I'm not
on the record?
trying to negotiate. What
Right.
I'm saying is I don't mind paying it just to move on as long as it doesn't
Well,
go on
yeah,
my
you're
record.
gonna pay something between $0 and $1,000. I'm just asking, what do you prefer to pay?
I can pick $100, that's fine, and
Okay.
then.
I will sentence you then to, I'll find you guilty, I'll sentence you to $100 fine. Do you need time to pay that back, or do you need probation to go on probation with the probation company?
Can I do it online?
I'm not sure if you can do that after a trial. Is that possible? No?
And let me see.
Pardon me? Yeah, can you pay at the window with a card today?
Do I have I can pay that?
Yep.
Does it go on my record?
Yes,
It still gotta go on my record.
no matter what, yeah. Even if it were a plea, it would still go on your record. It's reported to the department. Now, I don't know if that has any points. No points. Oh, it doesn't go on the record? Oh, clerk is saying it doesn't go on your record.
Okay.
But I can't tell, I can't give you advice on the law, so I can't tell you whether it does or not. But they're the ones who send it in, and apparently you're not sending it in. Is that right? Because they're not sending it in, so it.
Okay. Okay, that's noted. One
Yeah.
more thing, I did check my driving record and I discovered that I think the registration already went on my driving record. So how
Well,
do
that
I?
would, if it goes on your record, it'll show now as a dismissal, right? Will that go in? No? What happens to that when she dismisses the charge? Oh. So it's pending on his driving history? Oh. Okay. Yeah, so they're saying it's not on your driving history. Would it be here? I guess it wouldn't be, right? No, this only goes to 2020 Gwinnett failure to obey a stop sign. That's all I see on your driving history. The last thing I have on your driving history is Gwinnett County Recorder's Court failure to obey a stop sign on March 6, 2020. That's the only thing I have. It's not on your driving history, at least in the file here.
Okay, so if it's not gonna go, I'm gonna just go ahead and make $100 payment and just get it settled.
Okay, can you do that today, or do you need some time?
I'll do it today.
All right, go ahead, and they'll give you some paperwork. You can take that to the front window. You can pay your fine and keep moving. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, what else have you got?
Okay, on the record in the matter of the state of Michigan versus Zoe Johnson, 26-00205.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Apologies. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter appearing today on behalf of Ms. Johnson for today's arraignment. At this time, she has made application for the Public Defender's Office, and I would enter a not guilty plea on her behalf.
Can you step forward, Ms. Johnson?
Sorry, what was that?
I just want you to step forward so I can see you. Okay, very good. And yours, is it Zoe?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I have a misdemeanor complaint here that I'm gonna arraign you on. The allegations are that on or about January 20th, 2026 at 310 North Clifford Street, Lansing, Michigan, that you did knowingly make an open or indecent exposure of your person contrary to MTL 750.335A2A. That's a misdemeanor. Maximum penalty is 1 year and or $1,000 in fines. The court shall order law enforcement to collect the DNA identification profiling sample. You understand the charge and the maximum penalty, ma'am?
Yes, I understand.
Okay. You have the right to be represented by an attorney. Ms. Sutter is going to represent you today for your arraignment. You have the right to have an attorney represent you for each court appearance and if questioned by law enforcement. If you can't afford to hire an attorney, the public defender's office may be appointed to represent you at the expense of the public. You understand that, correct?
Yes, I understand.
Okay, so the court's going to enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf. And note that you are requesting the public defender's office. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say and anything you put in writing can be used against you. The right to plead guilty, plead not guilty, or stand mute. The right to a jury trial and the presumption of innocence at the time of trial. Yeah, have a pre-trial before Judge Buchanan Tuesday, February 3rd at 10 o'clock in the morning. You should have received Zoom instructions and you can appear in person or via Zoom for that pre-trial, okay?
What?
I'm sorry?
What was that?
You should have received Zoom instructions, so how to appear before Judge Buchanan. Did you get those? It's in your hand, paperwork.
So,
What's the matter? You okay?
No. No, when, I thought I was gonna be able to be, I mean.
They haven't gave you a bond.
Okay, so let's just, I'm just ready to leave.
You okay?
So Ms. Johnson, right now, she's just making sure you have all the paperwork. She hasn't addressed release yet.
Yeah.
What's going on? I'm not following.
I don't want to talk about it. I just leave.
Okay, you can have a seat. I'll call your case when you're ready to talk about it. On the
I'm
record
ready
in the
to talk
matter.
about it.
On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Edgar Rivera Perez. Thank you. You're all set.
Thank you, sir. Okay.
Thank you. I don't know if your 3 o'clock is here.
I think I can handle all my language right now.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, is Ms. Johnson ready to proceed? We're back on the record for you, Ms. Johnson. Ms. Johnson, I think we went off the record on your matter after I asked you if you had received the instructions on how to appear before the judge at your next court date. Did you get that?
I got that.
Okay. Okay, very good. So again, I think I've gone over your rights, which includes your right to proceed to trial and have them prove each element beyond a reasonable doubt. Are you employed?
No,
What's your home address?
I don't have a home address. I'm homeless.
You have a phone?
Yeah, I have a phone. It doesn't have a phone number.
It doesn't have service at this time?
No.
Okay, so looking at her criminal history, and it's peculiar to me that since July, and it doesn't appear she had any engagement prior to this, but then since July, she's been in and out of court, none of these in this county. So I don't know if something's going on, Ms. Sutter, but it's like 86th District Court, 63rd District, 62A, 59, and then 59. The last conviction being on this December 16th. But it looks like almost every month she's had some issue. I will be quite frank, even as I read I struggled with issuing on this one because of what I read in the affidavit. of probable cause. Um, but nonetheless, I don't know all the details. Based off what I had in limited consumption, I granted the charge, but I don't know if you believe that the client needs to have maybe an evaluation of some sort.
It is potentially possible, Your Honor. I did have a brief discussion with her this morning, but I've had a similar experience as the court this afternoon. I do believe she understands the process of what's going on, but there are potentially some concerns underlying further issues or deeper issues here. So I do believe a personal recognizance bond is appropriate in a case like this, but I do leave it in the court's discretion on this one as I understand the concerns here.
Yeah, I'm not concerned about the personal recognizance. I'm just concerned about, I guess, her overall well-being.
I share the concern, Your Honor. I noted in our application for a social worker to be attached to this case to see if there's anything any resources or support they can provide there.
Yes, because it's, for her to have no engagement with the criminal justice system, and then literally all of the convictions, which are in the last 6 months or less, were all retail frauds, and then now an indecent exposure because of an alleged attempt to use the restroom that was locked, and she's homeless. So that's the concern the court has.
Understood, Your Honor. I don't know that like in a CATS evaluation or anything is required at this point. Again, I have already noted on the application for a social worker from my office to inquire about any support or resources. I believe that perhaps internally within my office we can provide support there. If anything is necessary, I'm sure an attorney from my office would be pursuing something like a competency or criminal responsibility petition. I would also note, yes, the allegations here, Your Honor, it's freezing cold outside, and if someone doesn't have housing, I'm not quite sure what they're supposed to do.
Okay, I'm gonna grant a request for personal recognizance bond, $500 personal recognizance. Ms. Johnson, you need to come back for your court date. If your phone doesn't work, you gotta come in person, okay? I didn't pick up the sound. It looked like she said okay, but the sound didn't register on our end.
Okay.
Okay, do you have any questions at this time?
No.
We're not able to send you a court date if the date changes. That's because you don't have an address for us to send that to. So you're gonna have to make sure you make yourself available to the court. And you should probably also check in with the Office of the Public Defender too. I don't know if there was an email that she could use or that she was provided. That way, if there is resource, they have a way to contact you about that. Okay?
Okay.
You're all set.
Thank you, Your Honor.
What sucks is that girl is absolutely gorgeous. She's stunningly beautiful. But there's something going on. Like, she needs bipolar medication. I'm pretty certain. Because she went kind of zippity-doo-dah there. And yeah, it's so cold right now. I know, being here in Wisconsin, like I said, when I started the stream, it was -2, and Michigan's just a state away, and it's got the Great Lakes. So it gets real cold. Yeah, I'm thinking that that's kind of probably what happened. For, like the judge said, 0 criminal history. All of a sudden, the last 6 months, she's been in court every month, being arrested every month for retail fraud, theft, and apparently this one was indecent exposure because she couldn't get into a locked bathroom. So, yeah. Hopefully she gets the help that she needs, though. I think Judge Simmons is pretty good about assigning social workers to cases. So if she's been failed up to this point, hopefully Judge Simmons takes care of that. All right, guys, I gotta go get Ava in. She had to go out and do her business, and so I let her be out there for a little bit. But I am going to get Ava. I am going to take a Benadryl, and then I am going to hopefully go to sleep. I don't want to be up until 6 a.m. That was not fun. It was not fun at all. It was very lonely. I cuddled with each one of the kitty cats. I cuddled with Ava. I watched body cam videos. I laid there in the darkness. I just couldn't fall asleep. Oh no. Well, I hope that doesn't happen. Get yourself a backup generator. I thought about going into the Discord, but see, the thing is I wanted to sleep. And if I start talking to all of you guys, then I don't. All right, guys, you have a wonderful night. Be safe, be well, sleep sweet, and much love.